The lights hadn't even fully dimmed when the noise started. It wasn't the usual concert excitement, it was something else. A frequency, a tension, a current running through the air at Goyang Stadium. Cameras were still adjusting their focus, the intro VCR had barely ended, but one name had already surged across fan forums, social media feeds, and global trend maps: Lisa. Day 2 of Blackpink's Deadline tour didn't just open with energy, it opened with recognition. Not the kind that comes from posters or marketing pushes. Kind that builds over years, silently, with every step, stare, and moment of silence turned into impact. And on this night, that quiet power reached a boiling point. Before a single lyric was sung, people weren't asking, "What song will they start with?" They were already asking, "Where's Lisa?" By the time she walked on stage, the noise had shifted. From scattered shouts to a roar. Lisa Manoban didn't just walk into the spotlight, she absorbed it. In an industry known for spectacle, it's rare for someone to stand out by doing less. But that's exactly how Lisa made the world stop. Her presence wasn't exaggerated. It was engineered. Every gesture economical. Every glance purposeful. She didn't move like she needed attention. She moved like she expected it. And then came the moment that would ripple through the internet, her whistle rap. A section so technically risky and rhythmically complex that most performers would bury it deep in a mix. Lisa? She placed it front and center. Minimal backing track. Maximum exposure. And the moment the sound left her lips, the entire stadium reacted in unison. Not with confusion, but awe. Clips went viral before the bridge even finished. Journalists rewrote headlines. Reaction channels scrambled to upload. And fans? They knew. This wasn't just a high note or fast verse. This was a turning point. Lisa's whistle rap wasn't just impressive, it was symbolic. A subtle flex in a culture of loud declarations. A masterstroke in performance economy. She didn't scream to be heard, she whispered, and the world leaned in. And if you're wondering whether this was a one-off moment, the data says otherwise. Real-time YouTube analytics showed her fan cams overtaking full stage recordings within 30 minutes. TikTok edits, many made from phones inside the venue, hit millions of views before the concert even ended. Google Trends. Lisa was the top-searched Blackpink member globally that night, eclipsing even the group name in some regions. But numbers alone don't tell the whole story. You had to see her. The way she wore confidence like armor. How she paired a sleek monochrome outfit with an untamed, sharp energy that made every step feel like choreography and strategy rolled into one. Even when the lights cut out between songs, you could still feel her on stage. That's the kind of presence no label can manufacture. It's lived in, earned. People forget that Lisa Blackpink has been quietly building this power for years. Not just through training or albums, but through discipline and vision. She chose mystery when others chased virality. She let her work speak louder than her captions. She never chased headlines, but headlines chased her. Tonight was proof of that strategy. When Blackpink launched into their second set, featuring a rearranged version of Kill This Love, the choreography was new, but the story felt familiar. Lisa leading the bridge like a general who didn't need to shout commands. Her moves sliced through the fog like punctuation marks in a poem only she could write. And just when the crowd thought they'd seen the climax, came the solo stage. No warning. No intro. Just darkness and then a single spotlight. A beat dropped. Not a Blackpink track. Something entirely new. Lisa had remixed her Maroon 5 collaboration Priceless into a haunting solo performance, stripping back the production and turning it into a dance narrative. It was sultry without being provocative, dominant without being loud. And when it ended, the silence from the crowd wasn't boredom, it was breathlessness. That's Lisa in 2025. She doesn't just entertain, she stuns. She interrupts the expected and replaces it with something unspoken but unforgettable. Her brand value now extends far beyond music charts or fashion collabs. It's in the way she commands stage real estate, in the way luxury brands adjust their campaign timelines to her tour dates, in how investors analyze engagement spikes following her every appearance. This isn't just idol behavior. This is icon behavior. And let's talk brand impact. Just 24 hours after day one of the tour, Celine's unreleased item, rumored to be worn by Lisa, shot up in search volume by 340%. A Korean tech startup saw a spike in traffic after Lisa was spotted using their device backstage. Digital royalty firm Royalties.ai reported a 12% increase in interest from Western music publishers following Lisa's solo performance segment. That's not fandom. That's financial influence. So why does this matter to us watching at home? Because Lisa isn't just showing us what talent looks like. She's showing us what legacy feels like. She's building hers in real time, and we're lucky enough to witness it. And legacy, unlike trends, doesn't disappear when the music stops. It echoes. It lingers in the silence after the encore, in the slow-motion edits fans replay thousands of times, in the way her silhouette is recognized before her face even appears. What Lisa delivered on day two wasn't just entertainment, it was equity. Emotional, cultural, even economic. That's what happens when a performer transcends performance and becomes a phenomenon. She didn't need flashy graphics or vocal theatrics to dominate the stage. Her strength came from restraint, from knowing exactly when to move and when to freeze, from understanding that sometimes the most powerful statement is one that leaves space for the audience to feel something. And feel it they did. The standing ovation that followed her solo wasn't choreographed. It was instinctive. Fans weren't just clapping for a good number, they were reacting to a presence that felt once in a generation. And for those watching online, the effect was no less intense. Comments flooded in from every time zone. She's not just a star, she's a signal. I've never watched a performance on mute and still felt every beat. Even industry insiders are taking notes. Several tour producers have anonymously admitted they're studying Lisa's stagecraft, not to copy, but to understand how someone so minimal in movement can generate such maximal response. Choreographers are calling it performance negative space, the moment she doesn't move, but the audience does. That's not just technique. That's timing. That's psychological rhythm. But here's what's even wilder. Lisa's never chasing the spotlight. Instead, she moves like she knows it'll follow her. That kind of confidence doesn't come from hype. It comes from mastery. And behind that mastery is a machine she's built slowly. Her brand, her narrative, her economy. Because make no mistake, this isn't just a concert era. This is the Lisa economy. Luxury houses shift campaign schedules to match her availability. Tech brands redesign UI to fit her endorsement aesthetics. Independent fashion designers have admitted to seeing their back orders quadruple after a single frame of Lisa in their design hit social media, even when she wasn't tagged. So when fans say Lisa changed the game, it's not just fan speak. It's market reality. And yet, amidst all that, she remains unreadable in the best way. No overexposure. No messy headlines. No desperate live streams or algorithm-chasing antics. Just quiet moves, big impact. That's what sets her apart in an industry that often rewards noise more than nuance. You can't scroll past her. You pause. You rewind. You ask, what did I just see? And then you realize it's not what you saw. It's what you felt. The end of Blackpink's Day 2 set, when the lights faded and confetti rained down, Lisa didn't wave the biggest or shout the loudest. She just turned to the crowd, locked eyes with a sea of phones and beating hearts, and smiled. Not the forced celebrity grin. A calm, almost knowing expression, as if she already knew this moment would live far beyond the stadium. That's not just stage presence. That's future-proofing. Because while others chase viral moments, Lisa crafts cultural timestamps. While others count views, she builds vision. She's not interested in fleeting attention. She's architecting longevity. And tonight, we all got a glimpse of that blueprint. Some moments are rehearsed. Others are inevitable. Lisa's whistle rap? It was both. Technically perfect, emotionally raw, and culturally seismic. Didn't just raise the bar, it redrew the entire performance map. And the ripple isn't stopping. Overnight, Lisa's whistle rap became the most replayed timestamp across streaming platforms. Editing studios are already studying the footage frame by frame, not just to admire, but to understand. Because this wasn't just artistry. It was architecture. A moment so surgically executed, it could only come from someone who's mastered silence as much as sound. Lisa didn't just perform the moment. She became the moment. In an age where virality is manufactured, what she delivered felt organic, untouched by trend chasing, yet impossible to ignore. This wasn't a breakout. This was a blueprint, a signal, a mark left not just on the stage, but in the psyche of everyone who witnessed it. And if this is what Lisa offers on day 2, then what's coming next may not just shake the internet, it might redefine it. And if you felt something shift while watching, if your attention naturally followed her even when the camera didn't, then you're not alone. That's what influence feels like before it becomes a headline. This isn't about being better. It's about being undeniable. And Lisa Manoban? She's not just the best at what she does. She's the only one doing it like this. So if you're still here, still watching, still wondering how one person can shift the tone of an entire stadium, stay, like, subscribe. Because what Lisa did tonight isn't the end of a show. It's the start of something bigger. And you? You're already part of it.